Mm. Hey, what's up? Oh, all right. Oh, I don't see how you could regret not having kids. Kind of like having more freedom and more money. That's just me, though. Oh, this diet's kind of kicking my ass right now. I think once I start moving, feel a bit better. Are you going to Fan Expo this year? Not sure. Is that in September? August, okay. I'll see. It's kind of a drive. Sort of a pain in the ass to drive that far. All right. No, I don't have a fake tan. I'm half black, half white. black side of my family are from basically like the Caribbean islands. My dad's from Antigua. What does your family think about your vegan life? None of them have a problem with it. My mom's vegan. She went vegan when I did. Does your appetite ever fluctuate towards eating less when you're training hard? Um, I've had issues with low appetite for a while since I was on antipsychotics. Seems to be a permanent side effect. I haven't been on any psych meds for over 2 years now, but I still have that side effect from the antipsychotics. Um, what can happen is I get so fucking tired, it's really hard to like actually stand up and make a meal. Just gonna chalk up my hands. So first working set with an extra 25 pounds of weight. EQ does increase my appetite, but it's only when I take 200 milligrams, which is a bit too high of a dose. It lowers my estrogen too much. How much do I weigh right now? I've generally been weighing around 220. This morning I had an unusually high weigh-in. It was 225. But most days I've been waking up, it's been 220. How do you manage your daily protein target on a vegan diet? By eating protein. Vegan foods have protein. Plan is to compete next year. I want to put on some more muscle mass, but I am planning on competing next year.
You know, you shouldn't be using such a heavy weight. Aren't you worried about looking too big and scary for girls? Pilates and CrossFit are ideal for toning the muscle.
Oh. Women like being afraid. That's why they date serial killers. So, yeah, if you want to attract women, you should be scary. Thanks, beta male. Beta male faggot. Clav's not scary and he gets girls. The only girls that are interested in Clav are retarded, social media brained, like fucking teenagers. And he has no real, genuine interest in them. So, you know. If he actually worked out and gained some weight, he'd definitely be more attractive to women. Like, he looks like a fucking twink. You can look like a twink and still kick a big guy's knees out. The bigger you are, the better you're going to be at fighting. That's why before they did any steroid testing in the UFC, all the best fighters were all jacked as fucking on steroids. So all the early UFC Pride champions, they were all wrestlers on steroids. They were all like 250 pounds at like fucking 10% body fat. That's also why there's weight classes. That's why you don't have dudes who are 250 fighting guys that are 150. So the whole, oh, you could be small and still beat somebody up. Well, you can, but you're going to be at a huge disadvantage. It's just basic physics. If you're bigger, you can hit harder, and you can also absorb more damage from the other person. Larger body mass means there's more mass that gets dispersed and absorbed across your whole body. Like, that's why women, if they try to fight you, they can't do shit. Just pinned test sip for the first time. Let's fucking go. Hide your daughters, hide your wives. I'm coming for that ass. Well, nice, dude. Oh. Do one more with that weight, and then one or two more just body weight. And we'll move on to the next exercise. Yeah, I'm taking Melanotan. I'm on Melanotan 2. I like Melanotan. Yeah, melanotan's based. I've gotten a good result from it. I like the way my skin tone looks right now. Also helps me sleep. Gives you pretty good erections too. No, don't have cheat meals. I just eat totally clean. Yeah, I'm planning on competing in the future. No, melanotan doesn't cause cancer, and there's no biologically plausible way that it could cause cancer. People who say melanotan causes cancer are just fucking retarded. Skin cancer itself increases the production of melanocytes, and people say because melanotan increases melanocytes, therefore there's a plausible pathway it can cause cancer. That's not how skin cancer is caused. Skin cancer is caused by DNA damage from UV radiation, so there's no biologically plausible way melanotan could cause skin cancer. And again, it's been on the market for like over 30 years. There's not been any research whatsoever indicating people using melanotan have increased cancer rates. The only thing you can find are case reports of people using melanotan and getting skin cancer, but people who don't use melanotan also get skin cancer. So there's no evidence at all it causes skin cancer. And there's every reason to think it would prevent skin cancer since, again, there's a reason why black people exist. Melanin protects against UV radiation, which therefore protects against cancer. Yeah, I train forearms directly.
Please tell me, is Trenbolone a Satan with steroids, or a joke or what?
Trenbolone is just a colloquial term for somebody who uses tren. It's a joke. Thanks, Jeff. How much tren to test ratio should I start with? There's no ratio. So first of all, I wouldn't recommend taking tren. It's not healthy for you, and a lot of people have bad side effects from it. I'm lucky. Every steroid I've taken, including tren, I have not had any noticeable bad side effects, like at all. So nothing's like made gynecomastia. grow, or at least not to where I can't control it. Never had any skin issues, blood pressure issues, issues with hematocrit, sleep, anger, mood instability. Trends actually made me a lot calmer and more happy, and it's helped me sleep. Most people are the opposite. Most people who take Tren, they have sleep issues, they have anger issues, they feel like crap. But I felt great on Tren. That doesn't mean it's not doing something bad to your body. But most people, along with those issues with it affecting your health, it also has really bad mental side effects. I also wouldn't recommend running Tren just to run Tren. All steroids do the same thing, so just take more testosterone or more Masteron. You're going to get the same like muscle building benefits anyway, just by taking more of a safer drug. Tren has some unique benefits where it prevents muscle loss while you're dieting, has some cosmetic effects. It does help with fat loss. But again, if you're not competing, it's not really worth it. I would say if you're going to run Tren, like at least build some muscle first. Like there's no reason to just immediately start taking Tren right when you hop on steroids and you're only like 160 pounds. Like build a good amount of muscle first, build a tolerance to other anabolics before you even try Tren.
What is Trenbolone?
It's just Tren, dude. Thanks for the donation, Jeff. But there's no test to Tren ratio. The one thing that you do want to watch out for with Tren is it can cause gynecomastia. So start with a low dose. See what your tolerance for it is. The lower the better, really, but I would say you'd probably get some muscle building and, you know, metabolic benefits from Tren, even at just 50 milligrams. See how your glands respond. If you're noticing your nipples are really, really sensitive, running just 50 milligrams of Tren. Don't increase the dose because you're going to give yourself gyno. Wait at least until that nipple sensitivity goes down before you consider increasing the dose. I started off with 100 milligrams of Tren for the first month. I did have a bit of nipple sensitivity to start off with. After 4 weeks, that went away. And then I increased the dose to 140 from 100. And I'm still fine. I'm not developing gyno or anything, but you want to slowly increase the dose just to make sure you don't develop gyno. And again, you also just want to see what your tolerance is in terms of side effects. So like how it affects your blood pressure, how it affects your mood, your sleep, shit like that. But so far, the more Tren I've taken, the better I've felt. Like, I actually feel healthier on Tren just because my mood is generally better and I can sleep better. I'm weird like that. Again, it's not normal. Started completely shaving my head because I got a new trimmer. That's just better. And I figured I'd try just shaving it shorter, see how I like it. I liked it, so I've just been shaving my head. Yeah, tren causes gyno not through aromatization. It's progestogenic. So it's through progestogenic activity that it causes gyno. Same with nandrolone. It doesn't aromatize, but nandrolone especially will cause gyno if you run it with test. It's just through the progestogenic activity. No shit, you don't get it through a family doctor. I've been vegan for 16 years now. Yeah, I turned vegan just before my 19th birthday, and I'm 35 now. Staying natty is fucking stupid. Like, it's actually dumb to stay natural. Being on low to moderate doses of testosterone, you're going to be healthier. And I would say that's true of like almost everybody. The only exceptions would be people who have primary polycythemia vera, which is basically a bone marrow disorder where they're prone to blood clotting. And maybe people with sickle cell anemia. Maybe. Other than that, everybody should be on test. At least every dude. But a lot of women would also benefit from low levels of testosterone. But yeah, you're going to be healthier on low to moderate doses of test. You're going to build more muscle mass. You're going to have better mental health. You're going to have benefits with prevention of type 2 diabetes, heart disease, certain forms of cancer. Testosterone's just good for you. So staying natural is just fucking stupid. Oh. Are you not worried about aging faster or dying earlier? So, first of all, I'm clearly not aging faster. I look great. Skin looks good. I'm not developing any more wrinkles. I haven't even had any fucking hair loss from any androgens. Two, everyone dies. So whether I take steroids or not, I'm dead anyway. So let's say where the average life expectancy right now is like, what, just under 85 in Canada anyway? So if the difference is where I'd otherwise live to 85, I'd live to like 75. So I'm taking 10 years off my life. Who the fuck cares? I'm dead anyway. So if I'm going to die anyway, and I'm going to have a lower quality of life, why would I care? And there's plenty of steroid users who live well past 80. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Lou Ferrigno, Robbie Robinson. Bro, look at Robbie Robinson. That guy is 80 something. Holy fucking shit, he looks amazing for his age. And he has sickle cell anemia. He has full sickle cell trait. And he hasn't, if anything, like the steroids, like again, helped him stay fitter and younger for a longer period of time. I think that's good. Where's the handle? The only macros I really track are just protein. I'm not an overly neurotic retard who I need like 278 grams of protein, 27 grams of fat, and fucking 320 grams of carbs. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. As long as you're eating enough and getting enough protein, it doesn't really matter. No, I don't have a gym membership. I just train at home. Yeah, just training at a commercial gym's fucking retarded. Congratulations, you're banned. See you later, retard. Go complain and make up lies and bullshit about my hair and shit somewhere else. Don't need to deal with anybody's insecure horse shit. There's probably not really any advantage to going over 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. You can try it. It's just you like when you're eating that much protein, a lot of people end up having digestive issues and they kind of hate their diet. It's probably not going to have much of a benefit for you. Probably. If you're going to make a case for really, really ridiculously high protein intakes, like you might be able to make a case for that with steroid users because you're just building muscle at a higher rate, and steroids also increase collagen synthesis, which also requires more protein. But for naturals especially, I don't think there's really any evidence for it. Haven't used my gymnastics rings in a while. I was using them to do dips, but I kept hurting my shoulder, so haven't used them in a while. Yes, trenbolone, like all other steroids, except for orals, are injectable. Is that what TRT is? No. Trenbolone is not TRT. I think steroids should be non-prescription. So you should be able to just go to a pharmacy and ask for it. It's just fucking stupid at this point. Like, the government is just completely and utterly delusional. These pharmaceutical companies think that they can basically work as this, like, exclusive drug cartel. They can't. There's a huge black market. There's no reason to have these things be prescription medication anymore. Any popular bodybuilders besides Tren Twins take Tren? Pretty much everybody. Main protein sources. Tofu. Yeah, tofu, protein powder, and beans are really the main ones. Well, we live in a society where you can just buy alcohol and cigarettes. Like, you're not going to fucking tell me alcohol and cigarettes are better for you than steroids. So if we're allowed to sell poison that just kills you and makes you fat, sick, and stupid, like, why the fuck wouldn't they just let you buy steroids? If everyone was on steroids, there'd be less street fights. Steroids generally contribute to better mental stability.
Protein is protein. Since I've been vegan, my diet is pretty much sweet potato and type of beans and minimum tofu. I'd say given my genetics I don't need bunch of protein or high calories to build a nice physique.
Okay, that's good. Thanks, Strong Green. There's no such thing as roid rage. Like, the only compound that might be true of is tren. It's like the one exception. No, I hate saunas. Fucking hate saunas. I don't know how people think that shit's relaxing. They're super fucking uncomfortable. And there's always like gross naked dudes in there too. Like, I just can't fucking stand it. Oh. Do one more set. I don't have any actual siblings. I have a half brother, half sister. Never talked to them. What age were you when you stopped growing? I didn't reach my full height until I was, I think, 22 or 23. What are the risks of taking testosterone people talk about? You'll be happier, better looking, more jacked. That's the risk. There's no cancers associated with testosterone use. Nothing. Did you ever consider the WWE? Not really. Like, I don't want to have sex with Vince McMahon's wife or travel and do all that bullshit. It's also extremely hard on your body. Like, those dudes get so fucked up. The amount of wrestlers with, like, broken necks and spinal fusions and shit. I don't really want to get jacked up. Do you think intermittent fasting is mostly bullshit? Yeah, mostly. Like, it's a novel strategy to control caloric intake, but it doesn't have any unique benefits outside of caloric control. How tall are you? I'm 6'3". Destiny started getting symptoms of dizziness from low T after you smacked him. I think he's had low T symptoms for a while, dude. Oh. All right, last set. Getting a really good lat pump.
You know what's annoying, Richie? Once you become vegan, everybody in your social circle blames your diet on all problems you get. Oh, you got sick, it's cause you vegan. See, you got injured, it's cause you're vegan. Sorry, I am not Superman, fucktard. I hate my fam.
Oh. Well, they don't even mean it. They're just jealous, retarded losers. So when they see you doing better than them, any opportunity they get when something doesn't go right for you, they just try to take you down. So they're just jealous, lying retards. I wouldn't let it get to you. Thanks for the donation, though, dude. My main protein sources right now is just tofu and protein powder. I'm dieting, so once I start eating more, my food variety expands a bit. So I'll add in some like beans and stuff. I really like chickpeas and black beans. But right now, diet's pretty restrictive. Are you gonna watch Ian Gary next week? Is it a UFC fight? No, protein powder isn't whey. Protein powder is protein powder, and there's different types of protein powder.
Do you think Mom Donnie will destroy New York, VG?
Well, he already has, basically. New York's had the same problem forever. Basically, they're letting in a bunch of broke ass, retarded, loser, crazy people, not only from all over the country, because it's considered a sanctuary city, but also from overseas. So a lot of illegal immigrants who fake refugee status, they come to New York. They end up taking massively from New York's welfare system. And the only way they can keep up with that cost is by relying on the super wealthy in Wall Street. He's basically pushing out all the wealthy people. He's pushing out a lot of Wall Street executives. And he's massively ramping up the amount of social services burden. And on top of that, he's pro-crime. He wants to let out criminals, reduce police force. Crime is the best way to impoverish like a city, municipality, a country. So as his policies just increase crime rate, the city's going to get even more broke and have even more of a problem getting the fucking tax revenue it needs. Also, his social housing stuff, it's going to completely backfire. It never works.
Even in university a fat bum fuck retard told me you can't be vegan long term, you are lying, where do you get protein? Mind you, I am bigger and stronger than him, he tells me in my face vegans are weak. I should have dropped him on his head, lol.
Yeah, I'd like to hear his excuse. Why he just got dropped on his head by a vegan if they're so weak. Thanks for the donation, dude. There's a lot of fucking delusional tards. Who's by far the dumbest opponent you ever argued with on YouTube? It would either be Frank Tufano or... Well, I never debated Penguin Zero. I had a back and forth with him, but Penguin Zero is really fucking retarded. That guy is remarkably, insanely stupid. He lost a debate with Sneeko on the age of consent. The most defensible position you could possibly have, and he lost that debate. So I'd say Frank Tufano is probably the dumbest person I've ever debated. And Penguin Zero is the dumbest person I've ever had, like, a back and forth with.
And they say university students are supposed to be intelligent.
Yeah, they're not. They're just brainwashed communist fucktards. Thanks, Dodo.
A meat eater brought up the island scenario on TikTok. What's the quickest rebuttal? Love you, VG.
Island scenario on TikTok, quickest rebuttal. I don't know what you mean exactly by the island scenario. Like, would you kill to survive? I don't know what the hell that really has to do with the ethical principles of veganism. Like, okay, so you'd kill to survive? I don't know how that would be any different if, like, read the book Lord of the Flies. Like, Yeah, people will kind of kill to survive. That's both animals and human beings. Doesn't have anything to do with vegan ethical values. Thanks for the donation, though, dude. Yeah, so melanotan 2 is vegan. There's nothing non-vegan about melanotan 2. It's just a peptide. Yeah, I think there-ish. Yeah, I might try to play BeamNG tonight.
That entire island excuse is just such a dumb red herring argument.
Pretty much really has nothing to do with anything. Nobody's trapped on a deserted island, so it's kind of pointless to even talk about. Thanks, Dodo.
You remembered this quote, "You can't build a house with the protein of a nut. Lol. That retard constantly talks about shitting his pants. Probably has the same poppy disease Alex, so shit my pants Connor has. Oxford toilets are clogged, bro."
Yeah. Yeah, I think if Greg Valentino ate some more plants, he'd probably not shit his pants so often. Thanks, dude. Greg Valentino's a weird guy. Would you be doing this much volume without roids? No. My training volume has increased because I can handle it with the steroids. Yeah, I've seen the Coach Colton vid. He brought up like a bunch of video clips from over 10 years ago, like fucking whiny, catty fucking child, and then he made it seem as though like I'm some fucking loner in my basement. Not mentioning that I have a girlfriend now and stuff. Like, it's really fucking weird. I think that dude just has like jealousy issues, and that's his way of like lashing out. Right before he uploaded that video, he asked me if I'd be interested in doing a collaboration with him, where he wanted to travel to my place, do a workout video. I said I wasn't interested because he helped promote a bunch of nasty lies about me, saying that I abused my cat. And I said I'm not interested in working with you since you helped promote those lies. Then he didn't respond to me, and then he uploaded that video. So like it's clear that he uploaded that just because he was upset that I didn't want to have anything to fucking do with him. It's really pathetic. Oh. I think gear's a cope. Cope for what?
Can I take the testosterone if I am overweight?
You can take testosterone if you're overweight. You're likely going to aromatize more than you otherwise would, because adipose tissue is a site of aromatization. So you're probably not going to be able to handle as high of a dose as you would otherwise. So if you're going to hop on TRT being overweight, your main goal should be to lose weight. And I'd recommend taking a GLP-1 agonist. So either tirzepatide, which is the FDA-approved drug, or retatrutide, which is far more effective. It hasn't been FDA approved yet. It's basically going to get FDA approval next year. But retatrutide, it's basically as effective as bariatric surgery. I'm on retatrutide right now, 4 milligrams a week. It has a bunch of health benefits, lowers ApoB, improves insulin sensitivity, has anti-inflammatory benefits, seems to protect your joints. So, yeah, I'd recommend going on some kind of GLP-1 agonist if you're overweight. And even if you're not overweight, most people would benefit from being on them anyway, just because of all the positive metabolic benefits they have. Thanks for the donation, dude. Yeah, I don't know what you mean by steroids being a cope. Some people want to be big and strong, dude. Yes, Ozempic is safe. People who take Ozempic live longer. All the GLP-1 agonists increase life expectancy, reduce heart attack, diabetes, and cancer risk. So they are very, very safe.
What I mean is, a guy said on TikTok if you were stranded on an island the meat eater would survive and the vegan wouldn't. I said to him, we're not on an island, we go to supermarkets.
Well, that's not even necessarily true. If I was on a desert island and I could get away with killing you and I don't like you, it's very likely the case I would survive and the meat eater wouldn't, because I'd fucking kill him.
According to Gemini, additional steroids to test over time slowly and silently deteriorate tendon rigidity and make them more brittle. So lifting heavy causes micro ruptures in the tendons. The tendons are then being rebuilt with lesser rigidity. True or BS?
No, that's a load of bullshit. So there's certain steroids that will cause tendon remodeling. And depending on how you look at it, it's either a positive or negative adaptation. So Winstrol, for instance, that will cause kind of unusual tendon remodeling where the kind of structure, your tendons are kind of, it's like a rope basically, where there's just strands that kind of wrap around each other. Winstrol will change those protein strands in a way where they're more rigid and strong, and you're going to be better able to produce force. So it's a really good drug for like a sprinter because of the way it allows you to produce power through your tendons. Now, at the same time, it will also make them more brittle. So it's kind of a performance trade-off. Not all steroids will do that, and it also depends on how you're actually training. So you're going to get tendon remodeling changes based on just how you're training. So A sprinter will have tendon remodeling that's different from a weightlifter, that's different from a bodybuilder, that's different from a long distance runner, so on and so forth. So it's not necessarily true. And again, it's depending on what your goals are and what your interests are. That remodeling and those adaptations aren't necessarily a bad thing. Thanks, though, dude. How do you know that they increase life expectancy if they're new? They've been on the market for well over a decade, and they've gone through randomized human control trials. That's how we know. Oh, I hate this. I'm having gas. This is the worst exercise. When you have to, like, burp. Oh. I don't think I do Adderall. I actually tried an ADHD medication recently. I can't remember the name. It actually gave me ADHD. Um, it had the opposite effect of increasing my attention span. How do you get steroids in Toronto? I'm almost 40. You order them online. Yeah. You don't need to go to the doctors. It's just a fucking retarded shame and humiliation ritual. Just pointless. Just order them online. Oh. Oh. I don't know why I can't just burp before the lift starts. Besides, most islands provide vegan food to eat anyway, like tropical fruit. So the entire argument is mock besides. I don't know what that means, but yeah, I mean, you don't have to just eat meat on an island in all likelihood. Thanks, Dodo.
Thanks for the last answer. If you say that it is not necessarily true and it depends on how you train, can you explain then, why the stack that you are on currently on wouldn't cause your tendons to be remodeled weaker? THX in advance.
Again, steroids don't make your tendons remodel weaker. They just change the way the tendon can remodel. And it depends on the compound. So, like, there's a difference in tendon lattices between men and women. Women have a different set of collagen fibers, and the lattice is a little different. So that's why women produce less explosive power. They're not as good at sprinting. They have less strength. But they tend to be more flexible, so their tendons stretch with less force. So if you're on testosterone and you have a more male hormonal profile, your tendons are basically just going to follow that sort of pattern where they're going to require more force to stretch the same amount. That, like, again, if you're a man and you're into sports, that's a good thing. But it's not going to cause your tendons to be like brittle and just snap. The main risk factor for your tendons like snapping is just force, like load. So if you're benching like 500 fucking pounds, your tendons are more likely to break under that load versus somebody who's only benching half that amount of weight. So it's just load is the biggest determining factor. And again, there's certain compounds like Winstrol, which will favor that kind of stronger but more brittle type of tendon. But testosterone, it's like, again, there's differences between men and women. It's just going to fit that kind of male profile. Winstrol is going to be more on the extreme end of things. Boldenone, that does help with collagen synthesis and helps make stronger, more robust tendons that aren't prone to snapping and breaking. It just so again, there's differences between men and women. So if you take male hormones, you're just going to have a more male kind of profile with just how your tendons work. And then there's just certain steroids that are going to make them, again, stronger. They're going to require more force to stretch, but they're not going to be able to stretch as far. But it doesn't mean they're weaker. It's like, I don't know, it's kind of like comparing steel and aluminum. They just have different tensile strength, and they're for certain applications, like use steel for certain applications, use aluminum for certain applications. Thanks for the rupture. Hope that answers your question. Haven't taken pre-workouts in a while. No, I hate Halo 3. Halo 3 sucks. Literally every Halo game sucks. They're all terrible. They were never good. The only reason people think Halo's good is because they're dumb console babies and they've never actually played a good shooter. That's literally the only reason. People like Halo. Oh. I'll see if the Gears of War multiplayer beta is available for PC. If it is, I might give it a try. How did it feel breaking through natural progression, seeing the results of steroids? It's a way more enjoyable experience. So, from the time I started weight training, which was when I was about, I'd say 16 is when I started training seriously. I was 150 pounds, and then peak natty, lean, six pack, like roughly 12% body fat. I was at 200 pounds. So you're talking about like a 50-pound weight gain over the course of like 19 years. Yeah, maybe 18 or 19 years. I gained 20 pounds of muscle mass in the first 2 months going on steroids, and that was only 210 milligrams a test and 5 IU's growth hormone a day. So 210 tests per week, or 30 milligrams a day, and then 5 IU's growth. And then I upped my doses, and then 2 months after that, I gained about roughly another 10 pounds of muscle. So literally within 4 months, I made over half the progress I made as a natural over the course of like 18 or 19 years. So it's like, there's no comparing. Like, your progress is so fucking super ridiculously accelerated, and you just morph like fucking crazy. It's a lot more enjoyable. You see results way faster. Training is a lot more fucking fun. You get to do it more frequently for longer sessions. And your mood is just improved in general on steroids. You just feel better in general. So, yeah, training becomes a much more motivating and fun experience. We'll do one more. What kind of squat rack is that? It's a 92-inch. So it's a 92-inch height, and they're usually called, sometimes they're called cross boxes or half racks. I didn't want to get a full power rack just because it takes up a wider footprint. So this allows you to have more free open space. I don't know what you mean by, have you gone past the point where you have to do it for the rest of your life? What do you mean by that? I can do whatever the fuck I want. Yes, Diet Coke is better than regular Coke. What sort of volume are you a proponent of? Do as much volume as you need. So, whatever gets you to your goals, just do that. Yeah, my sleep quality got better after going on test. I really noticed I had better sleep when I took Tren. That's being the steroid that's most positively influenced my sleep. All right, last set. Oh.
What I meant by my question, if I take testosterone and I am overweight, it will backfire on me and raise my estrogen and I will not get any benefit from it, but I do have a good amount of muscle and I do lift weight. What is a good dose to start with?
The only problem with having high estrogen is it can cause gynecomastia, and at least temporarily cause water retention and high blood pressure. Usually after a month or two, that goes away. Estrogen's fine. It doesn't do anything negative in your body. It's just that, yeah, you might have temporary water retention, and if your estrogen's really high, then it can cause development of gyno. It's very easy to manage, though. So if you go on test, your estrogen's going to increase regardless.
So to summarize, if I would train like you, I choose the compounds you usually recommend like Test, Masteron or Boldenone because they are 1, tailored to the steel rope-like tendons of a male, and 2, they are at the other end of the spectrum of Winstrol.
That's not exactly what I said. Just give me a minute. I think someone else is gonna... Oh, I see. Yeah, so your estrogen's going to increase if you take testosterone regardless. There's no problem with estrogen. Estrogen's a beneficial hormone. It's just that if you aromatize too much, again, you might end up like developing gyno, and you have to reduce your estrogen because of that. I would just start on 20 milligrams of Test, either cypionate or an enthate per day. I'd recommend an enthate. Just take 20 milligrams a day, start with that, see how it goes, and then adjust the dose from there. Thanks, E. Masteron interferes with collagen synthesis. So if you're going to take Masteron, I'd recommend a higher test dose, or running a small amount of Boldenone with it, or using growth hormone with it. Because it will interfere with collagen synthesis, and over time it can end up affecting your skin and everything too. But yeah, testosterone and Boldenone are probably the two best for increasing the strength of tendons. Winstrol makes your tendons a little too stiff, but testosterone and Boldenone are really good. You do want to be careful with Boldenone because it does have the effect of an AI, an aromatase inhibitor. So a lot of people can't take too much. Let me see. I don't know why that's rolling. No, I've never played League of Legends because I'm not a retard. League of Legends is like actually for fucktards. Ugh. Eh. Got a pretty good back pump. Gears of War Reloaded's fun. I like it. I like Gears of War. It's better and it runs better than the remaster that they did a little while ago, but it's basically the same game. I don't shave my body. I'm not a girl. No, I don't have scoliosis. I've never really used AI. It's not particularly useful for anything I do. The only AI thing I use is just that Google AI. So when you do a Google search, it'll give you like an AI answer. I've used that here and there. But yeah, I've never actually used like ChatGPT or anything. The squat stand is just like a generic Chinese squat stand. I got it from Fitness Depot. Natty Lifter, total test 750, but free as shit, and SHBG is high. Any supplements that help lower SHBG and increase free test? Yeah, testosterone. It's unlikely that you're going to be able to take anything that will lower SHBG to any substantive extent. Yeah, you can try boron. I've heard Tonkat Alley can help, but...
Sorry to bother you again, I just want to understand. Let's put it this way, so your tendons will remain strong even after heavy lifting sessions and micro ruptures because you use a perfectly tailored steroid stack and because you train properly?
No. Buddy, like, if you train with heavy weights, your body gets used to lifting heavy weights. I don't know what to fucking tell you. And yeah, steroids will help with that adaptation. So if you lift with heavy weights, your tendons will get stronger, require more force to stretch the same length, and steroids will just help with that adaptation. Like, they're... I don't know what else to tell you. But thanks for the donation, dude. Yeah, the only difference with certain compounds is some are more beneficial for collagen synthesis than others. So, testosterone and boldenone and maybe nandrolone, they'll increase collagen synthesis, whereas something like masteron will inhibit it. So, and again, like I mentioned, Winstrol in particular, that's very well known for causing stronger, stiffer tendons. But, like, again, otherwise, yeah, just the training you do is going to cause tendon remodeling. How do you feel on Tren? Great. Trends improved my mood. It's made me sleep better. I'm more calm and relaxed. And definitely making me more jacked. So all good shit. Black Hebrew Israelites are fucking retarded. They're insane. They're basically all Holocaust deniers too. If a website is selling Test E at 300 milligrams, does that mean they use bad solvents? Not necessarily. From what I've heard from people who do home brewing, apparently you can put Test E at a higher concentration than 250 milligrams per mil if you're using MCT oil. Apparently MCT oil can suspend a lot more testosterone. I wouldn't buy it anyway. Like, just get Test E at 250 per mil, just to be safe. My lower back's been doing better. Yeah, it's not jacked up like it was before. Yeah, I've seen a lot more people who are fans of Sverige. They're just losers. There's a lot of broke, dumb losers. That's really all there is to it. My protein intake is a little over 200 grams per day. I think it's like 210-ish. Favorite movies from Arnold? Terminator 1 and 2, Total Recall, Live Action Hero, and True Lies. Those are probably my favorite Schwarzenegger films. Thoughts on products made by Titan Fitness? They're making a lot more good quality equipment, and they're at a reasonable price. I think people get a little too overhyped with really expensive machines. Like, at the end of the day, if it works well enough, you're not going to make any more muscle or grow any more muscle. Weight is weight. So unless there's something fundamentally wrong with the machine where you can't move properly or it hurts, like the range of motion's reduced, something like that, you'll be fine getting lower end kind of equipment that's not as nice, Ugh. I never really liked The Last of Us Part 1. I thought that game was overrated as fuck. The remake was fine. Like, it plays better than the original overall. But Last of Us Part 1 was not a very good game. The controls weren't that great. The level design wasn't that great. The pacing was just fucking awful. The weapon balancing and everything was just really janky. Like, Joel had like 3 different fucking shotguns. Like, it was really weird. You also couldn't go prone. Just a lot of dumb shit in the game. Last of Us 2 is way, way better. What strategies do you use to reduce the urge to binge eat or eat junk food? I just choose not to. It's a simple matter of asking yourself, do you want to make gains? Do you want to be lean? Do you want to be healthy, fit? Do you just want to be a strong person with self-control? And if the answer is yes, then you just make the decision that aligns with that goal. I don't know if they're ever gonna make part 3. Naughty Dog might be in huge trouble with that stupid intergalactic game they're making, where you play the bald fucking girl boss chick. So I don't know if the studio is going to be around for that much longer, honestly. And we'll do one more. Do you ever cover Jason Blaha anymore? Not really. The only time I ever talk about him is if somebody brings him up or like links me one of his videos. Like he's kind of like reached that point where he's just such a joke nobody really cares about him anymore. Yeah, nobody really cares about Lex Fitness. Yeah, I've seen I think I saw a video he made recently. He just makes like gay fucking content. Like he gets some dumb gay haircut and he expects anybody to give a shit. Do you do any form of cardio that isn't walking? I do inline skating and mountain biking. Shit. What exercises do you do for back days? You're asking me that question while I'm fucking training back. So I don't know why I'd bother fucking answering. can literally fucking see what I'm doing. Yeah. Do you feel much stronger too, or has it been insane size but moderate strength? Well, especially if you consider, like, I'm much leaner. Yeah, like, versus being this lean naturally. Yeah, way stronger. Do I ever do biceps first? Why would I train biceps then back? So no. You could go back in time. Would you have started taking steroids in your early 20s? Yeah, probably. Oh. Yeah, Days Gone was terrible. That was a really bad game. Yeah, I might do another collab with Alpha Destiny in a bit. We'll see. I'm taking 525 milligrams of test a week. Oh, Gum Gum. Hey, Gum Gum. Gum Gum. Come here, Gum Gum. It's your good kitty. Want to say hello? Want to say hello to everybody? Let me scoop you. Look how big this cat is. You guys see how big he is? He's really big. Dangle's good too. He's so big. He's a big, handsome boy. My goodness, he's handsome. Ugh. Do you recommend seasoning your tofu? Well, who the fuck wants to eat bland tofu? Are there any collabs you regret doing or regret not doing. Not that I can think of. Ugh. How do you season your tofu? You put whatever sauce you like on it. That's how I do it. Like, there's different ways of preparing it, but I just throw it in the air fryer, and then I add whatever sauce I like. Lately, I've been really enjoying Korean bulgogi sauce. Ugh. Do you have to take more tests because you eat soy? No, that's not how that works. Oh, there's Gum Gum. What are you doing, Gum Gum? What are you looking in there for? Just doing cat stuff? Just inspecting everything? He's so big. So handsome, too. Yeah. Gotta dig deep.
What are all the drugs that you consume? What frequency, dose, and so on? I mean also non-ped ones, like GLPs, Cialis, and so on. Thanks VG.
Holy fuck. I'm on 525 milligrams test, 105 milligrams Boldnone, 210 milligrams Masteron, and 140 milligrams Tren a week, and that's split up in daily doses. I'm on 4 milligrams Retatrutide. That's split up into 2 weekly doses, so Monday, Friday. What else? I'm on 5 IU's growth hormone on training days. And I'm also on 80 milligrams telmisartan a day and 100 micrograms of Synthroid T4 a day. And that's it's everything I'm taking right now in terms of PEDs and medication. Oh yeah, and I forgot. I take 15 milligrams Cialis daily as well. And I'm also taking 0.5 milligram of Melanotan 2 per day. Thanks for the donation, though. Batman is vegan. Or yeah. Thanks. Well, I thought he was vegan. Yeah, literally everything I mentioned is vegan friendly, so. No, I don't get insomnia in sweating. How much are you spending monthly on peptides and steroids? Steroids would be, I think at this point, like somewhere between 150 and 200. The test is really cheap. Boldnone's really cheap. The Masteron's a little more expensive, and the Tren is super cheap. Peptides, the growth hormone I get, it's $1 per IU, so it's basically $5 each day I train because I only take it on training days, and it's 3 on, 1 off training schedule. So I think if I did the math before, it's roughly $100 a month for that. So what, we're up to like $300 maybe for the steroids and growth hormone. The Reta, I think it's $150 for 20 milligrams. That lasts me, what, I take, so yeah, that's roughly $150 a month. So it's like, yeah, it's about $450 or $500 all in for all the peptides I'm taking and the steroids. And that's only when I'm on like peak fucking cycle, you know. I'm not going to be taking this much steroids constantly all year round. And same with the Retta. I'm not staying on that Retta dose either. Yeah, I'm on melanotan. That's why I'm darker. You sound like you're depressed. Well, that's nice. Sounds like you need to mind your own business. Um, is it the steroid side effects or you already take antidepressants? Thank you. You're retarded. Nice and easy. We'll go with 5 plates. My lower back's feeling a lot better. So we'll start loading these pretty heavy again. Ugh. Does training frequency matter a lot? Depends on what you mean by that. If you only train once a month, then yeah, you'd probably want to train several times a week. You'd make a lot more gains. If you're talking about training each body part twice a week versus like 3 or 4 times a week, doesn't really make that big of a difference, if anything. All right, I'm gonna just chalk up my hands. Ah. Heavy shrugs are fucking exhausting. Holy shit. How did you mess up your knee? I dislocated the kneecap a few times and I needed surgery to prevent it from happening again. And then after the surgery, I got an E. coli infection and that really fucked it up. Is it true each muscle needs to recover 48 hours for maximum gains? As someone who's not enhanced, not exactly. Your recovery times may be shorter or greater depending on a variety of factors. Oh man. That really fucking drains me. I'm not gonna bother doing cardio today, just because my legs are still sore. And the plan is to train legs tomorrow, so I'm gonna give my legs a bit of a rest. Otherwise, yeah, I'd do cardio after the session. Can you talk about these factors? Whether you're male or female, what your androgen load is, how fast you just recover, inflammatory levels, how hard you're training, how long you're training, what you're eating, how much you're sleeping. That all affects recovery times. Have you ever seen pro bodybuilders like Nick Walker's steroid protocols? Not Nick Walker's in particular, but like you'll see a huge range. As far as open pros, you're very rarely going to see anybody using under 2 grams total gear. Like pretty rarely. Lowest I've seen is like 1700 milligrams, like peak doses. But yeah, pretty rarely for open pros. They're pretty much all using over 2 grams of gear a week. And again, like, everybody has their own preferences when it comes to drugs. Some people like running really high test and then filling out the rest with like mass primo or nandrolone or boldenone. Some people like running lower test and then filling out the rest with those other compounds. But like, everyone's using the same drugs. It's just different doses and proportions. All right. Gotta psych myself up. Shit. Shit. Fuck. Can I get 50% as big as you on only 250 milligram tests and Enthate weekly? I have no fucking idea, dude. Do you prefer WWE or UFC? UFC. I just rather watch real fights. Farted. I do cardio pretty much every day. Like, again, it's just like, if my legs are really sore and I have to train legs the next day, then I'll take a day off just to give my legs a break, but it's pretty much every day. How do you make sure retatrutide is pure and not laced? Do you lab test it? Yes. If you just find a good source, you can test it once and then, like, okay, chances are everything they're going to send out is good. You can also just fucking take it. If the drug is dosed properly, you're going to know that it's dosed properly. Most peptide suppliers will meet or beat pharmaceutical standards. They are regulated to some degree, so they can't just get away with selling fake products. Like, especially when you're talking about big retailers, they're going to be under a lot of scrutiny. Also, if people find out they're selling fake bull crap, nobody's going to buy from them, so they go out of business. There's market incentives for them to sell like actual good shit. Why the telmisartan? To prevent left ventricular hypertrophy. Oh, shit. We'll just do one more. Getting super buff won't make women more attracted to you. I don't give a shit. I'm not some fucking insecure dipshit who only does things because girls will like me more. So I don't fucking care. Why not losartan or valsartan? Those are cheaper because telmisartan's better for LVH. Congratulations, you're banned. See you later. Bye bye. Oh, shit. If I take tests to get to 2,000 nanograms per deciliter, should I take telmisartan? Probably wouldn't need to at that level. No, those aren't 75 pounds. We're just using 40 right now. Buddy, I'm like fucking tired and I'm trying to get through this fucking workout. I'm not gonna elaborate on my fucking shroom trip right now. There's no such thing as mushroom withdrawal symptoms. I also don't know why anybody cares if they're legal or not. That's great. I don't care if you read something online that mushrooms have fucking withdrawal symptoms. Mister, I know everything about fucking drugs. It's like the most retarded shit I've ever fucking heard in my life. Do one more set. I'm literally just banning you. You're fucking stupid. Bye. This guy's an attention-seeking jackass. Ah, god damn it. You know what I'd really like right now? Fucking Vegemite and toast. Dude, Vegemite is so good. I don't know why they don't fucking sell it here. You can only get Marmite. Like, I could order it online, but... Dude, I fucking love Vegemite. Literally fucking murder somebody right now for Vegemite. Like, actually kill somebody. It's just got a nice salty, savory kind of taste to it. Really fucking love it. Once I'm done with the diet, I'm gonna have that shit for breakfast every day. You can put some, like, you know, margarine or butter like spread on it on the toast and then put the Vegemite on, but Vegemite's just good on its own on toast. It's pretty dope. One more set, and then we'll do reverse. Yeah, the reverse forearm curls, and then all donesy onesie. Shit. The fuck? I don't know why that just decided to turn off. And just one more, and then we're all done. All right, all donesy onesie. So that's it for the workout.
You already had a good physique before steroids and you was benching 3 plates while cutting. Lol, other influencers are stupid and lie about your history.
Well, you know, it's all a cope because of jealousy and whatnot. Dude, you should look through some of my Instagram comments. Like, holy shit, people like to make up bullcrap. But thanks, Strong. So that's it for the workout. That was 3.5 hours. So I'm gonna make some food, relax for a bit, and then we'll do an evening stream. So I'll see you all later. Big thanks to everybody who donated in Streamlabs. Appreciate it. Hope you all had fun. And I'll see some of you later if you're going to catch the evening stream. Take care.